Hi everybody, I'm back with another vlog, and today I'm talking about the power of pain. Now it's so interesting, in this last week it always seems to happen that my clients approach me with a common theme, and this week has been about pain and the avoidance of pain and how bad pain is for you, and how it's about getting the pain into some place of manageability so that you can feel happy again. So we're talking about pain here, and most of us don't like, well, none of us like feeling pain, and we'd much rather feel happy. But I'm going to turn that all on its head today, because when you can think about it, I had most of my clients this week really resisting having to deal with that pain. They wanted to just feel in control and happy, and this was the story that all of them were running, and they don't mind me talking about this, because this is how we all secretly operate. If I don't control the feeling of overwhelm and desperation that pain puts me in, and I'm talking about emotional pain today, I mean, but this applies to pain on physical levels as well. But if I don't keep a lid on my emotional pain, then I'll lose the plot. People will take over. If I'm emotionally vulnerable and overwhelmed and everybody sees it, they'll try to take over, and I'll be medicated and I'll be hospitalized or whatever, and then I really do lose the plot. So many people come from that place when they are dealing with their emotional pain. They'd rather not go there in case they completely lose the plot. So when I'm working with people, it's really so interesting with the process of getting them to understand and embrace and answer these very specific questions that help them to get into that place of pain so that they master it. They're with it, and they embrace that pain from an open-hearted place. And it's so interesting when I watch them shift and they light up, and then when they start explaining that they did lose the pain, and the pain, they did lose the plot in the pain, and that in actual fact they realized that they didn't lose themselves and they didn't hand their power over to somebody else, but by bringing that pain into a place of open-hearted, centered manageability, instead of losing themselves, they realized that what they had lost was fear. That their fear had gone, not that they had lost themselves. So we hold ourselves back for fear of losing ourselves when we powerfully, and we know how to bring ourselves into emotional manageability from the heart, from open-heartedness, then the fear goes and you step into your power very, very skillfully, really. But I'm going to use this analogy because it is just so spot on. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I'm here in London creating some pretty big things right now, very, very big things. Some of you may have seen I've taken on rooms in Harley Street, but that's only the beginning. There's a very bigger picture, and I'm working with a growing team that is amazing. Having said that, I had one of my clients say to me last night, "Oh, everything's going so nicely for you. It feels like it's coming on and your big plans are happening." And I went, "Yeah, they are, and my heart is full." But what comes with that are the times of doubt, self-doubt, the times where I've walked the lounge going, okay, how do we do this? And the pressure's tight, and it can be very overwhelming at times. And what I've learned now is that, and sometimes, you know, I even go, how do I take the next breath? Breathe, Jenetta, breathe. Because they're big plans. And this is the thing. I liken it to anything that you're creating comes from a place of pain to begin with, because it's absence of it not being there that creates pressure and stress to create it. So that it comes from pain to begin with. And I liken anything that's worthwhile to create becomes your most powerful thing when you realize that with it comes a process of being in labor. That with that pain, you're in labor. So when I've walked the floor, say at 2 o'clock in the morning, going, how do I do this? How do I do it skillfully? How do I do it authentically? Looking at all different ways. And I've been in a lot of emotional, mental pain over it. I now know I'm in labor. This is a period of labor. It's painful. It's part of the deal to birth something very beautiful, very precious, very special. So whilst I'm going through that pain, I take these special breaths, just like a mother has to do in birthing a child. Take special breaths, pace myself, understand what the value is of that mental, emotional pain that I'm dealing with. And that's the secret of today. You can choose to allow the painful things in your life to either define your failures and your inability to cope with life, or you can turn them on the head and decide, my pain is my most powerful, powerful asset. And how you use that pain and how you appreciate it and balance it out and embrace it and breathe into it and use it in your most powerful way. Because each of us is very, very wise, really. When we come out of fear and judgment into that place of centered manageability, our pain is very powerful, and we are in our power when we know how to use it from our genius. And that's the secret of the power of pain. If you'd like to know more about how to bring your overwhelming thoughts, your overwhelming feelings into that place of centered manageability, I would be absolutely honored to help you with that process and give you those skills. They are just so valuable. So please do contact me. You can get me at either theepiphanyprocess.com or email me at Jenetta@theepiphanyprocess.com, and I'll help you. Let's go from here. Please do feel free to ask any questions, contact me, and looking forward to speaking to you again in another vlog as I send you lots of love today. Bye.